is Boomy and the Wokerbug. It's certainly not a gluten, grain and dairy-free snack of deliciousness, although it certainly is gluten, grain and dairy-free, but you really don't want to eat it. It doesn't taste very good. I would suggest you read it though, because this is a book I wrote about our mascot Boomy, who you see on all our packaging. Would you like to meet Boomy? Just hold on a second, I'll go get him. Here he is! Wave hello, Boomy. Oh, that's right, he can't wave hello because he actually doesn't have any bones. Well, why don't you say hello to everyone? Silly me, that's right. He doesn't have a voice box, do you? Because he lost them when he was travelling in the time warp, didn't you? That's right. Yes, you were travelling in the time warp from 40,000 years ago, from the Paleolithic day where he came from. And he came here to be a role model for all of us, young and old, to demonstrate to us how to live a more simpler, natural way, didn't you? Yes, and you came here to teach us to slow down and to eat real food and to make love. This book is dedicated to the hum of the universe, the love and the light that exists in everyone and everything. 40,000 years ago, in the Paleolithic age, there lived a young boy. His name was Boomy, pronounced Boomy. The word Boomy means earth. The definition of earth in modern terms is the soil and dirt we stand upon where wiggly worms and beetles play games down in the depths. This, however, is not how the Paleolithic people interpreted the word. 40,000 years ago, the word earth was more aligned with the source of magical power, a hum that pulsed through the fields, through the trees, through the ground, through the animals, and through the people. It brought everything to life, and it kept everything connected. Boomy's hut stood alone, nestled in a clearing on the top of a hill. It was about a 25-hour tiger ride away from where you sit now. The hum of the world was especially strong on top of that hill in Boomy's hut. It truly was a magical place. Boomy lived with his guardian, a wise tribal elder named Canelo, and his pet Glyptodon Glypt. Canelo was very old. Some say he was older than the stars. He had a long white beard, kind blue eyes, and strong but gentle hands. Wherever Canelo roamed, his long twisted walking stick would roam too, to rest upon when tired, to dig up tubers for food, to prod awake a resting Boomy, or to call upon a mystical wind through which he would enchantingly communicate with the hum of the earth. Glypt was never far from Boomy's side. When Boomy went to school, Glypt went too. When Boomy bathed in the local waterfall, Glypt bathed too. When Boomy competed in lizard-bat cricket, Glypt competed too. When Boomy played hide-and-seek with his friends, Glypt played too. Boomy, Canelo and Glypt were the happiest family ever. Boomy was very lucky to have been taught some of life's most valuable lessons by his treasured Canelo. Every evening, Boomy, Glypt and Canelo sat by the edge of a gentle waterfall that wandered out from a cavern in their hill. The waterfall travelled down to the village of Trogville below, where its waters were known as the River of Contemplation. The three would observe the clouds above, watching the setting sun paint a cave drawing of mystery in the sky. They'd be lulled into a melody of calm while the waters trickled past in a new symphony each night. Canelo taught Boomy and Glypt to throw their thoughts into the water and watch them from a distance. The thoughts danced freely over the rocks. The thoughts slid through the gills of the river fish. The thoughts softly kissed the river reeds. If it was a thought Boomy didn't particularly like because it made him feel like a cold, foggy day, because it made his heart heavier than a megatherium, which is a giant sloth, or because it drowned out his hum, He'd wave goodbye to it as it journeyed away with the river current. But the happy thoughts, Boomy rescued those. Canelo taught Boomy to fish them back out of the river and into his heart. Boomy used those thoughts to sing himself to sleep every night. Once the three had finished playing with their thoughts in the water, they'd review the all-important ways of Canelo, Boomy and Glipt, otherwise known as the Wokabug. 1. Always smile with all of your 5 eyes. 2 in the regular place, 1 in the middle of your forehead, 1 in your heart and 1 in your belly. 2. Always listen to the language of love and kindness as spoken by your heart. You'll know when it's your heart talking, for it asks for nothing in return. The only truth is love. 3. Invite the spark of happiness into your life by practicing gratitude for all that you know and for all that you are. 4. Live in fascination of everything you encounter, whether it is the cave fur on your back, your best friend, or the speck on the nose on the flea on the mammoth. We are all great. We are all equal, no matter what we are. 5. Never force the world. Let the world come to you. Let the trees and the animals, the rivers and the stones, all of nature define the path which you follow. The world knows exactly when and how to provide. 6. Always ask the question, how may I serve? Then the three stood up tall. Canelo held his walking stick to the air and twirled it in the shape of a figure 8, stirring up the evening wind. They held their faces to the breeze, smiled with their 5 eyes, and wandered back home, and the world hummed its song. All of us alike, we hum to a song, a universal lullaby, equal, we belong. I hope you enjoyed our story, Boomy and the Wokabug, but there's something you can now do. When you purchase the book, you can go ahead and flip back through all the pages. The hidden in the illustrations, really cheekily disguised, are secret love hearts. There's love hearts on every double page spread. I wonder if you can find them all. They're in the trees, the clouds, the ground, and you'll probably even find one on Boomy. Love is everywhere. And because many of the topics and morals in this story are quite deep and they might escape your children's awareness, I've prepared a downloadable parent's manual that you'll get for free upon purchase of the book. In this, you'll find deeper explanations of the hum and the Wokabug. I provide questions and activities based on the book that you can use with your children to discuss the topics of love, sharing, kindness, gratitude, patience, mindfulness, and choosing prosperous thoughts. I'll also send you a downloadable colouring in book of some of the illustrations from the book so the children can colour in the bee man, aka Boomy, and his little crew themselves. Sending you guys oceans full of endless love, Boomy and Jen.